fill of discarded trash, wet napkins and silver spoons that don't appreciate vintage trinkets. This broken dream of mine is made up of piles and piles of crap-covered stink, garbage bags and men that reek of whiskey and fleeting dreams, that cough from smoking and playing hokey pokey. There's gadgets and tools for days, every kind of metaphorical trash in this weed garden of what-ifs and could-haves. There's piles and piles of golden gems left without productivity in them. Some were friends, others lovers from gutters, all uncovered, all run down like the big brick house on the corner. Fed for free, housed for mead, oh me, oh my, on a plate all homey-like, I'll die like the last bit of dessert, with a bunch of whipped cream sprayed down my throat and a nice cherry on top like a sleazy DVD. Look out for the trash man, an old fool shouts at 3 a.m. Look out for the milkman, another shouts, full of drunken laughter. While a cop climbs the stairs and a man runs with a gun, there's a white bag full of Me Too's begging on all fours below for $20. All hell yes. I love a girl who paints, a woman shouts at an artist who paints to escape to a better place. Look out there, an inner voice warns, on the tip top where you almost jumped. Turns into a canvas of blue skies and walls, of bits of the state of my mental health. Is it fluid or solid? Is it close or far away? The life of an artist, of inspiration, is not a field of daisies, but rather a junkyard with a lifted, broken down black trunk, probably owned by a dude with a small cock. Look out at the picture in a different frame. Is he Jekyll or Mr. Hyde today? Is he a baseball star? Is he a prescription bottle? Is he a warning, a red flag, or a green light? A broken bat and useless backwards hat? Is he discounted and discarded like trash all around this place? Come out for a buffet of nuts and bolts, oh so loose. You want some pop with a shot of Coke for this 3 a.m. auction show? Dodger dog or a box of popcorn. This place is a circus. It's a dump thrown into a bag, tied with a knot and carried to the front door of some old painter's home, then set on fire. This town's gone to shit, left to the worms, to the birds and Mother Earth, to the fungi that break down for thousands of years. In a landfill you and I lie, underneath all this stinky crap, in a heartless graveyard of funk and gunk, to live half alive, as zombies making remixes of Thriller. You and I dumpster dive in a pile of junkies' drained brains, full of last week's news and bottles of booze, and a junkyard of trash pussies, and some picture of a man, of a mom and dad next to an old broken white fence with overgrown hedges, a dumpster fire of scooped cat shit, a chair someone sat in and slept a life away, staring at a black and white static TV. Kick, kick, smash. Turn on, you dumb bitch. Before I pull the trigger, with a box full of fine chocolates and last cigarette. What's next? A quick nut and then a goodbye. A box of nothing but broken promises, all tied up with a big polka dot bow. Then gorged till thrown up. The purge of a lifetime of loose bolts, of disappointment and depressed eyes that sink into the golden shower on the hill by the old record player that still works. But the owner moved on to iPods and books of faces no longer good-smelling pages. Look at what this place is made of. Trash and trinkets. What is it to you? An old smelly junkyard of junkies, or a living graveyard of vintage cheap finds and cool finds?
Oh, man. Unfortunate things happen when you're forgotten. Special reminder, another special reminder, read all about it. Here's a fun fact to mention. People randomly remember you like a categorized item titled vintage because all it brings is benefit. Best described materialistic, yes. Releases sanity, instantly ballistic. Never located inside the mind, eternally lost in the sky. Eyes bloodshot red, main reason is the return with expectations is dead. Assuming everything is normal formal. Nope. Here are all the reasons myself stop expecting towards you being friendly, right? Empty promises, purposely declined calls, intentionally left on red, also delivered. With the same answer, I'm busy, which is half true, half lie of an excuse. Not even that honest explanation. Every repeated apology loses its value each time temporarily. Sticks to you like slime, desperate to climb for a response never existed in the first place. Then proceed to stalk my story but won't say a word to me. That's crazy. Hey, yo, Snapchat, Instagram, how long has it been since that last conversation? Seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years? Matter of fact, how many centuries? But I'm the one that's tweaking. Completely ungrateful, factual. There is an individual that call you to make sure yourself is okay. Top instinct is to not appreciate truly concerning energy like you don't want anything to do with me.
One popular poem is Boner Skin, and I'm just gonna get right to it because I'm stoned and I can't really communicate unless it's in poetry. Looking into the rot of the unseen muse, wondering about a rosy-fingered dawn slashing across moonscape illumination against the velvet atmosphere. An unceasing cycle of relentless winds will not blow away skeletal remains of our aborted futures fallen. I like the kind of sex you can't get at Kmart anymore. Blue light special going off in the fitting room. Raw dogging and slapping some temporary meat vessel in the nose with a rotating wiener dunked in ketchup. They say we're crazy, but I just don't know anymore, when they're the ones who made all this dead space. Inner dream time, our only escape. Maybe it isn't so much boner skin with our lust bursting through paper bag repression as much as it is boned skin. Bones poking out the flesh, leaping skeletons that just can't quite get free. The bells toll PTSD tinnitus. You can only stand to hear so much, and listening can sometimes be a pure act of sadism. Or maybe my downtrodden being really is just a colossal boner, unfurling its skin to penetrate the world, impregnating with all the wrong reasons in this season of madness and unforsaken bliss. Why try anymore when it's all over, playing home movies in my mind? More like suspense-driven horror, minus the thrills, pumped with the mundane, ever-sickening palettes, natural light, hitting pastels and eggshell whites. Plastic totes with all my belongings, eventually my military duffel, eating out of garbage cans, sleeping under overpasses, ruminating over confessions of an unlived life. What keeps me sleepless at night, holding my dick, dating a series of sociopaths, no sex, no love, no affection, maybe once in a while a display of elusive kindness, teasing me with what we once shared, before which never was there in the first place, causing more than one of us to starve for more. Something happened once, or rather many things at once. Sometimes more. Pile on high like a Filipino box spring hog. The way the trucker in the pink crop top and white cowboy hat described his wife, who wanted me to see the back of his trailer at the bookstore I worked at over a decade ago. Pornographic machinations in a foreign land. You could just grab a woman in a bar with a fistful of dollars and have one. Are the outlets the same for filming there like they are here? I just write scripts. So you set the mood. Deep inside, I know I could turn it off, but turning it back on would be a problem because it gets harder to get back towards a path of compassion. Nah, I'll just take the verbal thrashings, the economic torture, the emotional beatings, and be on my way with a conditioned red soul, slipping a sense of subtle sabotage when I can.
Good. It's like, I don't know, real people.